everybody? It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube as we answer your Royal Caribbean cruise questions. Of course, if you're always looking for great Royal Caribbean information, be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Hello, Mike Pastore, Mako Shark in the house. Hello, TP. Tiffany is here. Welcome, Madden Player. Kaylin Brown is here. We've got Canner K Cougar, or Canner's Cougar, something like that. Welcome. PB and Jen, I dress up for you guys. It's high class Royal Caribbean Q&A tonight with you guys. John Blannick is here. Mariel Robinson joining us here. Hello, David. Hello, Midnight Miss 69. Jeremy Horde is here. Schmail is joining us. Nick Scallon. Karen Schneider is here. Kathy Zoda is here. Karoons. Karen Bartel. Welcome, Karen. Michelle Paul is joining us here. Diaries of Tiffany, excited for Navigator next year. Margaret Flack, welcome. Logan, welcome. Jamie Taylor. Tim Dietrich, new reader listener. Well, welcome, Tim. My name is Matt. I am from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I am so glad that you're joining us here to talk Royal Caribbean together. Love that. Welcome, welcome. We got Joe from Florida. Dat Dude in the house. Mickey Atkinson. Ed Scholl joining us here. Happy Traveler joining us here. Carol Johnson. Joseph McMenemy. I can never say your name, Joe. I know you're here all the time. Joseph McMenemy. Let's start off today's YouTube Live with the most important question. We're going to answer a lot of questions today, guys, but there's one that's the most important. How many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type it in chat right now. Let's count down together. Hello, Desi Wagner. Welcome. Kim from South Korea is joining us here. Love that. Art Parker is here. Mike at 85 Days to Oasis. Mariel at 69 days. We got John Mark from the Philippines, also here. Shemail 36 days. Mickey Atkinson 7 days till Independence of the Seas. Mako Shark at 95 days. Keith B at 16. Scott Parker at 16 days. Tiffany 163. Jamie Taylor's first Royal Caribbean cruise in 50 days. Jamie, which ship are you going on? What's your first cruise? What did you book? John Blannick going on Brilliance in 61 days. Braden 196 days. Ed, tell me cruises in September. Cruises in September. What did you mean by that? I'm not sure what you're asking. PB and Jen, 9 days till Independence of the Seas. First time on Royal. And Jen, you're doing the single digit dance. Single digits. That's big. Tiffany Lee, 7 months till Harmony of the Seas. Shanae at 21 days till Symphony. We've got Kaylin, 94 days. Canner at 211 and 538 days. David, it'll be your first time on Royal. Really? That's awesome. Jamie Taylor, 100 and... Liberty of the Seas. Nice, Jamie. You're going to have an awesome time on there. Ed, I want to book a cruise in September. Oh, well, then you can make that work. You should definitely do that. I just took a cruise in September of this year. Great time of year to go. It is hurricane season in the Caribbean, but I'll tell you that it's not... I wouldn't worry about it because if there's ever a storm, your ship will go somewhere else. All right, guys, the floor is open. We're here to answer your Royal Caribbean cruise questions. So please feel free to type your questions right now in chat. And of course, don't forget every Friday, or almost every Friday, I missed the last couple of weeks because I was on Symphony. We're here live to hang out and answer and talk Royal Caribbean. Let's see. Michelle says, I'm hoping some of you going on Independence of the Seas will share the cruise planners. Please and thank you. Absolutely, Michelle. And as soon as I get one, you know I post a copy of the Cruise Compass to our archives at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Nick Scallon says, I only have, don't have one book, only one Carnival cruise under your belt. Well, Nick, you got to book another cruise. Kaylin says, got an email to bid for a room upgrade on Independence of the Seas. Should we do it? My husband and I currently have an inside cabin book. Well, Kaylin, it's really a question for you as to if it makes financial sense for you to go for it. If the price is right and you can swing it, sure, why not? I mean, you can definitely, there's very little to lose other than money, but if it makes financial sense for you, go for it. Scott Parker, how many days till my next cruise? I believe I'm at 78 days, I believe. I'm going on Brilliance of the Seas in February, so coming up soon. Margaret Flack, first time on Royal Caribbean, 204 days till Adventure. Margaret, Adventure of the Seas is a fantastic ship. You're really going to like it. Karen Schneider, any word on the progress of Coco Cay? It is moving along nicely. I've heard some really positive things about the work they're doing. The pier is supposed to be done sometime in January, and it looks like they're on track for a May opening for the first phase of Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is some of the big changes coming to Coco Cay that Royal Caribbean announced last March, actually, and they're coming up soon. Edwin Peterson, welcome. Tiffany wants to know, what's the difference between the large versus smaller ships? Well, there's the obvious, their size, but really what it boils down to is the larger ships have more space to offer more things. You're going to have more activities, things like flow riders, zip line, a carousel, escape rooms. They just have more. They have more real estate, thus they can squeeze more things in. But the reality is, small ships also offer a lot of entertainment, a lot of activities. Still, it's not like you're gonna be bored on the small ships, and the smaller ships can get to a lot of different ports the bigger ships can't get into. So it's a really good question. Tiffany, latest time to get off the ship. Do you mean like when your cruise is over and it's the last day? Usually in the 9 o'clock hour, 9 a.m. or so. Paul Somerville, what are your upcoming group cruises? Paul, I am so glad you asked. We actually have a couple of group cruises coming up. We've got our next one is Mariner of the Seas. Hang on a second. Before we even talk about this, I got to back it up. I'm sorry. Maybe not everybody knows what we're talking about. From time to time, we organize Royal Caribbean cruises, and I invite all of you guys to come and join us for it. These are Royal Caribbean blog group cruises, and really, if you ask me, the only thing better than a Royal Caribbean cruise is a Royal Caribbean cruise with friends. That's you guys. I want you to come join us for these cruises. We have a couple lined up here coming up in 2019. They're a lot of fun. It's basically you get to cruise with a bunch of friends. It's such a great feeling. We just did one on Symphony of the Seas, and our next one coming up is on Mariner of the Seas, March 15th and 18th, 2019. We're doing a back-to-back, a 3-nighter and a 4-nighter, so we're going to Coco Cay twice. You can either come on the first sailing, the 15th, which is over the weekend, the 18th, which is a 4-nighter, or both. Come join us for either one. That'd be great. Also, in July of 2019, we're going on Anthem of the Seas out of New York to Bermuda, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Labadee, and St. Martin. What an amazing itinerary. Over July 4th, there's already some built-in days off. I know it's 9 nights, sounds like a long cruise, but actually, if you look at the calendar with days off and things like that, it really comes down to about 7 nights. Like it's almost like 5 work days required vacation. So we got a lot of great cruises coming up. You can find more information about any of our group cruises at royalcaribbeanblog.com/events. Shmael says, my mom will be using a motor chair to get around. Should we make her stay on the ship at the ports, or she'll be able to take her around the scooter? No, you should be fine. Take her with you on there. Make sure, obviously, your excursions are handicap accessible and can handle the scooter if she needs it. Like there's a van for it, but absolutely she should get off the ship. No question about it. Mickey, notice that Izumi has not been on sale. Is this normal? Yes, because Izumi is priced a la carte on board the ship, Mickey, so they really don't discount those things. Michael, heading on our first Royal Caribbean cruise in 2 months on Ovation. Nice. I love that. Speaking of excited, Ryan Good is going on Ovation, leaving from Sydney in 3.5 months. Let's see here. Simple Shar joining us here. Welcome, Simple Shar. 8 days to your first cruise ever on Symphony. Holy moly. I just got off Symphony of the Seas on Saturday. And Shar, it is amazing. You're going to love it. Holy moly. It's an awesome ship. You're in for such a treat. Nancy, any group to Alaska? Not in 2019, no. We actually just did a group cruise to Alaska in this year, 2018, in June. I'm actually going back to Alaska in 2020, in early June 2020. Nancy, if you want to join us, it's not a group cruise, but I'm going on. If you want to come join me for it, I'd be happy to have you join us for it. Send me an email, Nancy, matt@royalcaribbeanblog.com. I'll forward you the details. You can join us for that. Keith wants to know, is booking my next cruise on the ship actually worth the discounts? I have mixed opinions from friends. It's changed a lot. It's a good question. Keith wants to know, if you go on a Royal Caribbean cruise and they have the next cruise office, which is the place on board the ship, you can book another cruise. And Keith wants to know, is it worth it? Should I worth my time to go over there and book a cruise? The answer is yes. It's not as lucrative as it used to be, Keith. I'm sure that's what your friends are probably alluding to, is that a couple of years ago they gave you a little bit more than they do now. But still, at the end of the day, Keith, if you're on board the ship and you don't even want to book a sailing, they're going to give you more onboard credit versus if you book the same sailing at home. Now, here's the difference, Keith, though. One thing to keep in mind is that if today is November 30th, 2018. If you're saying, okay, Matt, I'm going on a cruise in January or February or something like that, should I wait to book on board? I would tell you no. You should book it now, lock in that price, because you know what happens? Price goes up over time. Generally speaking, the prices for Royal Caribbean cruises go up over time. Sorry. Oh, wow. Talk about bad timing to go down the wrong pipe. Whew. I apologize. What was I saying? Oh yeah, prices go up over time. And as a result, what you want to do is book it now, lock in that price. And of course, when you get on board the ship, you can always compare the price. And if it's better, then you can rebook, cancel what you had before, and you're good to go. Whew. Kaylin says, can I get shore excursion ideas in Cozumel? We're doing Maya Chan Beach in Costa Maya. Kaylin, I would recommend, if you haven't already, we just did a review at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for a place in Cozumel that I absolutely loved. It's called El Cosmolino Beach Resort. It's a day pass, similar to Maya Chan. The review is on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I just posted it yesterday. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kaylin, you're going to love it. It's phenomenal. Best all-inclusive day pass resort in Cozumel that I've been to date. That's how good it is. Tiffany, earliest time to get on the ship. Usually boarding begins in the 9, or no, what am I talking about? In somewhere between like maybe 10:30 and 11:30. So usually that's when boarding begins there. Rick, first cruise for me, booked on Royal Suite on Mariner of the Seas first week of February. Any tips? Oh my gosh, check out all the new things they added to Mariner of the Seas. The Bamboo Lounge, you got the Flow Rider, you have the Sky Pad. There's a lot of cool things in there. PB and Jen, do you think June is the best time to go to Alaska? When would you recommend going? Ooh, it's a good question. You know, I've only been to Alaska once. I went in actually late June. It was a great time of year to go. The nice thing about going earlier in the season is it's a little cheaper. Like if you can go in like the end of May or early June, you get much better prices than if you go in July or August. But obviously July or August is a little bit easier to make work for you, so to speak. So it's more of I don't know if there's a bad time to go. There's pluses and minuses to any time you go to Alaska. And the weather can be so unpredictable in Alaska that it's not even worth considering. It's just something that happens. But my suggestion to you is whenever you can go, absolutely go. Alaska is everything everybody says and then some. So much so that even though I went this year, I'm going back in June of next year because I want to go back. And for me, Jen, the reason why I picked June, early June, is I want to go as early in the season as I can because to me, I want to get in there when it's still a little more Alaska-ish and less like summer-ish, if that makes any sense. Let's see here. Tiffany, what is the difference between symphony and harmony? Not a lot. Primarily the shows and the shows are different on each ship. The artwork is different on each ship. That's the most noticeable difference. Also, the boardwalk and the solarium on Symphony is different than Harmony. On Symphony, you've got a completely different layout, and in the solarium on Symphony, they have a pool and a completely different bar area. That's probably the most noticeable differences right over there. Beyond the Blasters, just found your channel, looking to do your first cruise next April. Excited to listen to the conversation. Well, Beyond the Blasters, welcome. I am so glad you are here. Thank you for joining us. My name is Matt, by the way, if I didn't introduce myself or you missed that. But glad you are here joining us. I'm just checking on one thing, guys, because my preview video stopped working. I just want to make sure that's still one thing, guys, because my preview video stopped working. We're good. Sorry, as you were. But welcome Beyond the Blast Doors. Anita says, do you foresee booking a Celebrity Edge group cruise? Sorry if you've already answered. No, don't apologize. No, not yet. I haven't really broached that idea. I mean, to be perfectly honest, Anita, if I'm going to do a group cruise, it's going to be on Royal Caribbean for obvious reasons. But it is very intriguing, no question about it. Shippleshard, did you post your Symphony Cruise Compass? Yes, actually, we not only posted the one from my sailing, I just posted today the one from the current sailing that ends tomorrow. It's all on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. If you don't know already, we keep an archive of cruise compasses at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. To find them, all you have to do is go to Cruise Compass on our main menu. Wait for it to load. And then right over here, so Shar, we've got Symphony November 24th, Symphony November 17th, Anthem November 17th, Rhapsody November 10th, Anthem November 10th, Freedom November 4th, Serenade October 28th. I mean, you can see we've got a lot of them going all the way back, and you can read past cruise compasses to get an idea of what to expect entertainment-wise on your cruise. Alejandro, my wife will be on the 23rd week of pregnancy before boarding cruise, Independence of the Seas. Any suggestions? I forget where the cutoff is for pregnancy with Royal Caribbean. Hang on a second. There is a limit, and I want to make sure you're good on this before we get... Oh, you're cutting it close, dude. So Royal Caribbean's rule is, Royal Caribbean policy is any guest who will have entered her 24th week of pregnancy or greater at any time during the cruise will be prohibited from sailing. So first thing you want to do is make sure your wife is not going to be entering her 24th week of pregnancy at any point during your sailing. But otherwise, take it easy. That would be my recommendation. Let's see here. Jeremy had a question. I missed it. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Are there any adult-only beaches, excursions, St. Kitts? Not through Royal Caribbean, but I'm sure you could, if there are adult-only excursions or places, you could book it on your own. Also, can you tell me more about the first night done right? I'm going to Independence of the Seas in about a week and a half, and I just want to know how it works. Basically, what it is you buy the first night done right, and Royal Caribbean will assign you a random specialty restaurant and time. When you get on board the ship, Austin, you can change that to any time or restaurant you want. That's covered under the restaurant package. There are a couple like exceptions. You can't book Izumi Hibachi or Chef's Table as an example. But as long as there's availability, you can change that, Austin. So basically, you want to do that as soon as you get on board the ship. What you're doing with the first night done right is you're trading off the ability to pick a time in a restaurant for the discount, and then when you're on board the ship, that's when you make that reservation. Fatima says, can you please tell me how does tipping for room service work? I'm selling on Anthem of the Seas December 10th. Also, how does room service menu work as a complimentary or part charge? There is a charge for Fatima, $7.95 for room service. And with that includes you're charged that per order, not per item. So you can order one thing or 100 things, and it's $7.95. And customarily, you're supposed to tip the person delivering the food, a couple of bucks when they show up there. But it's pretty easy. Cash is the best way to do it because there's no receipt for you to sign. That's the best way to go about it. Sarah wants to know, what's my favorite specialty dining restaurant complimentary to? My favorite complimentary restaurant would probably be Park Cafe. My favorite pay restaurant, oh man, I love me some Izumi. Izumi Hibachi is amazing. Sabor, those are my favorites, no question about it. Fatima, do you have live streams often? I really enjoy knowing how much you know about Royal Caribbean. We try to do it every Friday, Fatima. The last couple of weeks, I kind of missed them because I was on Symphony, but I am trying to get in the habit of doing these lives every Friday. So make sure not only are you subscribed to our YouTube channel, but you turn on your notifications. That's that little bell icon on our channel. So that way you get notified when we go live. And I'm so glad you're enjoying this as well. I like it. It's fun talking Royal Caribbean. Ryan says, if you could only do one specialty restaurant innovation, what would it be? And is it overly beneficial to book before the cruise? Ooh, good questions, Ryan. If I had to pick one, Chops Grill. You can never go, oh, no, I take it back. Jamie's Italian. And the advantage of booking it beforehand, Ryan, is you lock in a price, a time and a day that works for you. Because as time goes on, people book up spaces. There may not be as much reservations available. So if you're really ardent about what time and day you eat at the restaurant, yes, making reservations is important. You can't wait to get on board the ship, but you can certainly, all things being equal, I would say make your reservation beforehand via the cruise planner website. That way it'll simplify things. Paul, when is it cheaper to go Eastern or Western? It's hard to say, dude. I don't think there's really a set rule or policy or anything that you could really bank on as to when one is cheaper or a better time than the other in terms of pricing. I think that no, it's really just a matter of Eastern tends to be a little bit more expensive than Western, generally speaking, but there's so many different factors, I'm not sure it really matters. Patrick has two questions. Any recommendations for excursions in Antigua? Yes, go to Valley Church Beach. Valley Church Beach. Best place you'll ever been. It's an amazing beach. I loved it over there. You'll like it too. And number two, Patrick wants to know, have you ever been to Nevis? I have not been over there yet, but I've heard very nice things about it. Lots of questions here. I love this. Guys, thank you for joining us here, by the way. If you're new, welcome. My name is Matt. I am from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Mickey, got the Royal Caribbean app. Can we check in on the Independence of the Seas with it for embarkation? I'm not sure if it works for Independence of the Seas and if mobile check-in works for that. Give it a try. See what happens when you log into the website. Caitlin, do you need to go to the shows early to get seats? I heard they fill up fast. They can, yes. For all shows, I recommend arriving to the theater at least 15 minutes beforehand, just to be safe. Let's see here. DM, I already booked New Year's Eve 2019 Freedom of the Seas cruise. Then I found out you have a group cruise. Can I drop by and say hello? Absolutely, DM. Yes. If you haven't already, find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook event set up for it. That way you'll get notified with new things we post on there. But yes, absolutely. There'll be a number of events, DM, and a majority of them are open to everybody. So yes, you can absolutely join us for it. David says, my room on Allure of the Seas is an ocean-facing central Park. That will be hard to sleep as my mom's a light sleeper. There's no such thing as an ocean-facing Central Park. You mean there's Central Park balconies, if that's what you mean, David. But I don't think you'll have a problem sleeping there. I have no problem, especially on a cruise ship. You're so tired from all the fun you're having. Sleeping's never a problem. If anything, you sleep more. You're going to be taking those naps during the daytime. Leanne Keeney's leaving for her first cruise in 16 days on Navigator. Holy moly, almost 2 weeks away. I love that. Nick, have you ever done or plan ever doing a group cruise out of Galveston? We haven't done a group cruise out of Galveston yet, Nick, but you never know. It's really, when I pick group cruises, a lot of it has to do with just, something appealing to me. It's kind of something jumping out like, oh, that looks like a great idea. So I would absolutely never rule it out, Nick, because I do know we have a lot of folks who watch us and read RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com in the greater Texas area, Oklahoma, Arkansas, other states that neighbor Texas that I can't think of off the top of my head. So yes, I would love to do that someday. That'd be great. I've been to Galveston before. Galveston's a beautiful area. I love Galveston. Bill says, do you know what the speed difference is between Internet Surf and Voom and Surf and Stream packages? Yes. So the Voom Surf and the Voom Surf and Stream, Royal Caribbean has 2 tiers of Internet packages. You have the Voom, or Voom Voyage, the Voom Surf Voyage, and the Voom Surf and Stream. Surf and Stream is the real deal. It's the full internet, full speed. The Voom Surf Voyage, which is the Voom Surf, is throttled down. So it's not so much a speed difference, Bill. It's artificially throttled down so you can't do things like video and whatnot. My recommendation is, even though it costs more money, and maybe you're not going to be live streaming video, regardless, do yourself a favor, get Voom Surf and Stream, because it's just a much better overall experience for everything you're doing. Voom Surf and Stream. Do that. Shmail wants to know, is there a big difference in Oasis and the new Symphony ship? Yes. Yes, I mean, Symphony has water slides. Symphony's entertainment shows. Symphony has the latest and greatest everything. Oasis is still a fabulous ship, and they're both Oasis-class ships, so there's very much a common DNA to it. But I'll tell you that there are some major differences that may not matter to you. Like, I might say, okay, well, Symphony has water slides. Well, you might say, well, Matt, I don't care about water slides. Or Symphony has... obviously the artwork and entertainment. Oasis of the Seas Broadway show is Cats. Symphony's Broadway show is Hairspray. Does one or the other make a difference to you? Symphony's also going to cost you more money than Oasis is going to cost you. Maybe that's a consideration. But neither one, you're not making a mistake by going to either one. It's really just, I think, a matter of like almost second or even third level considerations as to what's important to you, rather than some kind of blanket generalizations about which one has a superior option or anything like that. Austin says, what do you think about the new Royal Up program? It's an interesting option. I like it from the standpoint of purely that the old upgrade system was so weird and like unknown. It was such a black box, and like nobody ever got upgrades. So with this system, at least it's more transparent as to how it works. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but you never know. Kathy prefers YouTube to Instagram. I kind of do too. We do Instagram lives on Thursdays on our Instagram page, Royal Caribbean Blog. But we do this on Fridays, and Kathy, I don't think you're wrong. I'm digging the whole YouTube live thing, no question about it. Benita says, first... I missed Benita's question. Hang on. Sometimes it scrolls down, and I missed the question, so I apologize. Benita says, first Royal Caribbean cruise, is there an early check-in program? Yes, you can check in, and you should check in for your cruise beforehand via the Royal Caribbean website. Michelle says, tipping on shore excursions. How do we do that in Labadee for the zip line and coaster ride if it's not required there? Cash. Always, whenever you do an excursion, bring cash with you, so that way you can give the tip. Clint, somebody is stressing about our check-in time for Harmony. Chris is wondering how early to show up for an 11 o'clock check-in. The check-in times, Clint, are suggestions, not requirements. Show up whenever you want, dude. You can show up as early as you want. You can show up at 10 a.m. if you want. But the boarding times they give you are suggestions. They're not enforced. Show up anytime you want. Brian says, do you know if Royal Caribbean offers any onboard credit for veterans? Yes, they do. There is a policy. I'm going to get it for you right now. I'm looking up if it's like a discount, like price off the cruise fare, or if it's onboard credit. But I do know for a fact they offer, I'm going to pull it up for you right now, not only veterans of the U.S., Canada, might be some other ones. There's an exclusive offer for veterans. There's special military rates, which is for police, firefighter, and military rates on select sailings. You should work with a travel agent. First and foremost, good advice for anybody. Work with a travel agent. Let them know you're a veteran, either active or retired. Police, firefighter, or military. There's special rates for you guys, and they can help you on select sailings. Donna, what are the 2 formal nights on a 7-night cruise on the Oasis of the Seas? Night 2, and then usually either night 5 or night 6. Betsy Lane from Canada is here. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Ruth, do you know anything about when ships are dry docked and when? Some stuff, yes. Sometimes Royal Caribbean tells us. Like, as an example, Navigator this season is getting a major refurbishment in January of next year to return to service in February. That's because Royal Caribbean is making a big deal of it. There's 2 kinds of dry docks. The dry dock, by the way, is when a Royal Caribbean ship goes into service. They do work on it. Some of them are like big fancy, like, whoa, that's crazy the amount of stuff they're adding, like Navigator this season. Other times they're just regular routine maintenance. So as an example, in 2019, Navigator is getting work done in, like I said, January, February timeframe. Oasis of the Seas is getting some work done in, I believe, October or November timeframe. Late summer, let's call that. Those are ones in which there'll be work done to the ship, like new features added. Some other ships will get work done as well as 2019, but they may get more just like under the hood. Like, think of it like when you bring your car in for an oil change, things like that. But Ruth, I don't have like a list already. I certainly don't memorize off the top of my head. Just Oasis and Navigator I know are coming up in 2019, so they're kind of something I can think of quite quickly. But hope that makes some sense. Turtle Frog from New Zealand is here. Welcome. Fatima says, does Anthem of the Seas have especially nights like formal and white parties? They do, Fatima. And this is a great question. So if you're going on a cruise, and Fatima wanted to know about special parties, and somebody asked about formal nights. How do you find all this information out? It's really easy, guys. What you want to do is go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, click on our Cruise Compass link in our main menu, and look at a past Cruise Compass. Because you know what? These things don't change. They'll offer, quite often, the same entertainment, the same shows, formal nights and whatnot, throughout from sailing to sailing. It doesn't really change. They're not going to reinvent the wheel for every different sailing. So if you're trying to figure out what activities, what parties, what type of entertainment, a ballpark idea of what to expect, look at a past Cruise Compass, and we have an archive of them at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Kristen Hill, my husband and I are leaving for Florida tomorrow morning for our first cruise. We're doing the Caribbean on Oasis of the Seas. I'm so excited. Any tips for newbies? Yes, Kristen. What you want to do, again, self-serving, but what you want to do, Kristen, is go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and click on Getting Started. You see this link in our main menu? Getting Started. This has a lot of helpful information about what you need to know as a newbie, like the difference between the ships, what's included in your cruise, Royal Caribbean gratuities, how to find a deal about things, the truth about dress codes, taking kids. We also have on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, since you're going on Oasis, how about this one? This is a great article that I wrote, if I do say so myself. The First Time Cruiser's Guide to Oasis of the Seas. This is an in-depth, which means long, blog post for first-timers on Oasis of the Seas. You want to read this blog because it's going to give you everything you need to know about Oasis, especially not only as a first-timer on Oasis, but first-time cruiser. And again, just go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, search for first-time Oasis. You will find that post right over there. Kristen, how do we know if we have a formal night? Every cruise is a formal night. If it's a 5-night or less, you'll have 1 formal night. 6 nights or longer, you'll have at least 2 formal nights. But again, look at a past Cruise Compass. It's the easiest way to figure out. Mariel Robinson wants to know, are there drink specials on board besides what's on the website? Yes, they will offer drink specials, happy hours, things like that. It varies from sailing to sailing. It's hard for me to give you an exact idea of what to expect. But yes, there are things like the drink of the day. Every day there'll be one drink that'll be discounted to offer you, obviously, less of a price. There'll be bar specials, happy hour specials, like the casino usually does in the morning, $2 mimosas or Bloody Marys. So you'll have different drink specials throughout the day. And again, they'll be advertised both on the Cruise Compass and at the various bars. Turtle Frog, what's Ratings of the Seas like? Awesome. You're going to love it. We've got Don Jostenbaugh in the house. Don, can we go back to Alaska? Michelle McGahan, I hope I said that right. Cruising Liberty in February. Should we get a dining package of some kind? If you want to. If you're saying, Michelle, if your thought process was, I know I want to eat at 2 or 3 or 4 specialty restaurants for sure, then yes, a dining package will save you money. Just be aware of the trade-offs. The trade-off with the dining package is you have to wait to make reservations on board the ship, so you may have limited or less of a selection of days and times. Usually it's not a big deal, but I want to paint that expectation beforehand. Debbie Pacheco is selling on Brilliance 15 days from now. Nice! Jody Lauren, can you get bottled water? Absolutely. They sell it on board the ship. Yes, you can also bring your own. Should also point that out. Jeremy, I found out about you watching Cruise Tips TV Vlogtoberfest. We're going on our 10th anniversary cruise on an adventure in June to Bermuda and Bahamas. It'll be our first cruise for most of us. Well, that is awesome. I love Cruise Tips TV. That's run by Sherry. She does an awesome job. So shout out to Sherry. And Jeremy, I'm so glad you found us over here. Elizabeth, any word on what ship is replacing Anthem? Nothing officially yet. Turtle Frog, when should I find out my cabin number for a guaranteed ocean view room that I booked? A cruise in 47 days. There is no set time frame, Turtle Frog. I've seen it happen. The room assigned months ahead of time, and other times like a couple days before the cruise. Just depends. Keep checking back, but there's no real way to know about it. Patrick, another question. Departing from San Juan in a few months, spending extra time in Puerto Rico. Aside from old San Juan, any other recommendations for Puerto Rico? We will have a car and hope to explore the island. Oh my gosh, yes, there's so many great things to do. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place to visit. You have El Yunque Rainforest, which is the only rainforest in the United States. You should check that one out. It's kind of hot, so make sure you pack appropriately. You have the Carolina region of San Juan, which is like where all the beaches are. So if you want to do the beach thing, you want to head over there. You can usually find some day passes as well. Perhaps you're already booking one of those hotels anyway, so you're kind of set there. But there's a lot of things to do in San Juan. I mean, if you have a car and you're really going, you can drive down to Ponce in the south. It's beautiful down there. There's so many things to do. I mean, it's just, you can't do it all. Let's see here. Anita Crosby, can I request a 2-seater table in the main dining room celebrating my anniversary? Yes. I'm going to give you the email for that. Hang on. What you want to do is send an email to rcldining@rccl.com. So who asked me that question? Anita. Send an email to that email address about 2 to 3 weeks prior to your sailing. Put your put down your name, your reservation number, and which seating you're in. Which traditional, like early seating or late seating. So name, reservation number, which seating you're in, first or second seating, and send that about 2 to 3 weeks before you're sailing. Miranda, trying to book a cruise on Symphony, but my God, prices are ridiculously high. It's a brand new ship, and you know what? Brand new, you pay a premium for it. But that being said, if you want to do an Oasis class cruise, Oasis, Allure, and even Symphony will pay a lot. You'll pay a lot less for those, and they're great experiences. Sir, are there irons on board Radiance? No, there are not, and you cannot bring your own. If you want to have something pressed, you can send it out. It'll have a small cost to it, but you can do that as well. Turtle Fark, I agree. Sherry is awesome. Kristen says, is it true we can bring 2 bottles of wine per stateroom? Yes. How much bottled water can we bring on board? Up to 12 bottles. In the case of both the bottled water or the wine, bring it with you in your carry-on. Do not put it in your checked luggage. So, Stuart Hellman's going tomorrow on Symphony back-to-back with Oasis. Nice. That's great. Michael wants to know, is the main dining room food good quality? Absolutely. Yes, I love the main dining room. Justin, I did not try any of the desserts at El Loco Fresh. I didn't actually, they had fruit, but I don't remember anything beyond that. I could be wrong. Patty wants to know, what travel insurance company do you use? I use personally Allianz, Allianz, Allianz Travel. But with all travel insurance, you should always look at the policy and see what it covers and make sure it's covering what you want it to do. Turtle Fark, do they have kids cocktails? Yeah, virgin cocktails. Yeah, you can get almost any drink, in a virgin form without alcohol. You know what I mean? Jody, can you do main dining on My Time dining option? Yeah, of course. My Time dining. Royal Caribbean has 2 options for the dining room. You have My Time, your traditional, which is early or late seating, and then My Time, which is when you basically pick a time. You either show up or make a reservation ahead of time, and you can do that for every day of the cruise. And yes, you can do that. Whew, wow. Justin S., I've tried 3 times this chat. Well, Justin, I'm glad you're here. Justin wants to know, refreshment package, what's included? Mocktails means nothing. Can I get anything they serve without? Can I get anything they serve without? Yes, Justin, I'm sorry. With the Royal Refreshment package, you can get a virgin strawberry daiquiri or a virgin pina colada or a virgin, I don't know, any other drink. Rum and Coke without the rum. That should be a Coke, but you get the point. Yes, with the Royal Refreshment package, you get premium coffee, premium teas, bottled water, virgin cocktails, non-alcoholic cocktails, soda. I feel like I'm missing something, but there you go. That's the basics of it. So, Jade wants to know, how long before a cruise will my cruise personalizer open up? That's a good question. There is no set time frame. I know it's not the answer you're looking for, but there isn't one. It just varies, so you have to keep checking back, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately. Nathan's going on Harmony on Sunday. Dude, I am jealous. Harmony is my favorite ship. John, what's your favorite ship and your favorite cruise, assuming they are different? Favorite ship is Harmony of the Seas, and I am legally obliged to tell you that my favorite cruise is my honeymoon cruise. Will Royal Caribbean ever provide self-service laundry in the future? Doubtful, but you never know. They change it all the time. Andrew wants to know, I have a question. Can you use a Starbucks gift card at the Starbucks counter? Yes, you can. At Starbucks on Oasis class ships, there is a Starbucks kiosk, like it's a real Starbucks store. In there, you can use a Starbucks gift card to pay for it. You can use your Starbucks card. There it has money on there. You can earn points, earn stars with your Starbucks purchases, but you cannot redeem free Starbucks drinks. If you have a free drink coming your way, you can't redeem it on board the ship. So, Kristen, I packed a travel iron and steamer. Did I hear you? They don't allow them. That's correct. So take them out, Kristen. They will confiscate it from you. So don't bring it. It's a fire hazard, unfortunately. So, 10 p.m. soccer. Have you been on Symphony? Booked our first cruise for May. Yes, I was just on Symphony last week. I was on there for almost 2 weeks. If you go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, you can find my live blog that I did on board there. It was awesome. Anyway, lots more information over there. All right, last question of the day is from Nick Scalen. It says, what do you recommend if you know you want to travel for 7 days out of Galveston next summer, but not sure which itinerary to choose in terms of ports? Well, it's actually a really easy decision for you, Nick, because out of Galveston, there's only like one itinerary, or maybe like an itinerary and a half. They only really ever do Western, so you don't have much of a choice in it. And my recommendation in general, Nick, when it comes to picking itineraries, pick one that looks good to you. I mean, out of Galveston, there's not a whole lot of variation. It's Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, Roatan, some combination of those 4 ports, maybe Progresso if you're lucky. But you kind of get the idea. Joey Prowlis here. Welcome, guys. Well, I'm so glad you guys are joining us here. I'm going to wrap things up. I really appreciate hanging out with me here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. And don't forget, every Friday, we are live right here on YouTube. I'm trying to be every Friday. So make sure you come join us for it. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, guys.